Hey guys, I know not a lot of you follow my spam account, but on my spam account recently I just talked about Midwest movie theaters as well as independent films as it relates to something recent I discovered, and I wanted to make a video about this here on my main account because I know a lot of you do not follow my spam account, so I would like to I'm trying to spread the word about this as much as I humanly can, so I'm going to just do the best I can to speak about this. I am not reading off of a script. I'm going purely off of my brain and how I feel about this, and just in general, my thoughts on this. So if this sounds really unstructured, then it's because this is coming straight out of my brain. I am not reading off of a script whatsoever, so let's just get into it. Let's just dive headfirst into it. Let's just talk about this. Today I discovered that a lot of theaters in my area were refusing to show and or pulling or canceling screenings of the film Leviticus. If you do not know what Leviticus is, I will explain. Leviticus is a queer coming-of-age horror film that will be released in theaters on June 19th, 2026. Sorry, this just really shows how much I'm not reading off of script. Okay. I discovered this because I went on Fandango because sometimes when I go to movies, I like to check how big the crowd's gonna be, because sometimes like it's just like a general nerves thing that with me, sometimes it's just like a thing with my anxiety, and also I like to do that to anticipate how big the crowd's gonna be whenever I go. I noticed that various screenings had been canceled, and or movie theaters in my area were not showing the movie at all. This is a thing I've been noticing for a long time when it comes to independent films. For example, I started noticing this around like 2024, I believe, when I Saw the TV Glow came out, and I really wanted to see it. But about like a week after the movie came out, no theaters in my area were showing it. They had either pulled the movie or just were not showing it at all, and the closest theater showing it was about an hour away from where I live. That is currently happening with Leviticus right now. And the fact of the matter, this is absolutely driving me nuts, because the fact of the matter is that theaters and audiences are failing independent films so blatantly, and it is absolutely it is undisputable to me now that this feels blatant. I do not know what the reason of these theaters I do not know the reason that these theaters have for not showing these films, because I don't work for them. I don't work for them, so I don't know. If those theaters see this video and would like to tell me, then I would really appreciate it, because I would really like to understand. The fact of the matter that I just want you to understand is that currently we are having independent cinema doing incredibly well, with Obsession and Backrooms dominating the box office and current pop culture talks. I assumed that Leviticus would get the same treatment, but it appears that I was wrong. I want to tell you a story about Leviticus, actually. So, a while ago, I saw Obsession in theaters, and the trailer for Leviticus was playing, and the two main characters kiss. They were both boys. The couple to my right started throwing a tantrum about it. They started covering each other's eyes. They were complaining and saying it was disgusting, and how dare this be exposed to them, and it was so disgusting. The old couple next to me was just rolling their eyes, annoyed that this couple was just making an entire scene over something so inherently stupid, which, mind you, if any of you have seen Obsession, what baffles me is that this couple had no reaction the entire time to Obsession. You know, the movie about a man whose wish takes away a woman's autonomy. And also the movie in general has blood, guts. And you have no reaction to anything happening in the movie, but yet two boys kissing makes you livid? I'm sorry, how does that make any sense? I bring this up because I genuinely also wonder if it is an issue with where I live, or just a Midwest problem, where people are just blatantly choosing not to be interested in these films because they don't care. And I know no matter how much I beg that I cannot force people to care about things, but it also is strange to me when people come to me and are like, Ellie, oh my goodness, there's no original movies out. It's so annoying. Like, there's nothing original out. Excuse me? And what I tell them is that there is, they're just choosing not to watch it, or they're blatantly ignoring that it exists because they don't want to actually do what they say they want to do. So the fact of the matter is, by actively choosing to not seek out original media because you yourself are not willing to, you are failing independent films. Like, the fact of the matter is like, it's so hard for independent films to gain a visible audience. Like they have been recently. Please do not let Obsession and Backrooms be the only time you care about independent cinema. I'm begging you. Please go watch Leviticus in theaters if it is possible for you to. If it is playing in a theater near you, please go support it. Please go support independent creators, because the fact of the matter is that showing that people want to see these films is so important, because it just tells studios that people want to see original ideas made by new and emerging creators. Especially as a aspiring filmmaker myself, this matters so much, because, like, I want to be able to see new and emerging ideas on screen and have them be beloved and just adored by wider audiences. So please, if I sounded angry, I'm very sorry, but this is something I'm very passionate about, and I just want somebody to listen and to hear what I have to say. Again, for the people who are saying that I'm being overdramatic and that I'm acting over the top, I know I am, in terms of being an influencer, I am not an influencer. I'm somebody with no importance or voice, for that matter. I'm just a teenage girl on the internet who loves film, loves filmmaking, loves independent films, just loves film in general. Literally, if you just look at my walls, like, I have, like, a whole Studio Ghibli wall here. I have, like, Polaroids of movies. I have, like, my Bottoms poster right here. Like, I love movies so much. And being able to see them flourish, and that means so much to me. The fact of the matter is that seeing independent films being treated terribly by cinemas and audiences just breaks my heart, and I just am begging you. As I said, I know I can't really beg people to care, but I am begging you to care, because the fact of the matter is, this is a huge issue, and I'm just begging people to talk about this, because I don't know how many people are going to see this, but truly, if you see this and want to support this, what I'm saying, please like, reshare, interact with the post as much as possible, tag film influencers. Please just do whatever you can. I really want this to gain wider support, so that way the theaters can see. Thank you so much. I know this was long and just, like, a lot to listen to, but I promise you, I think this means something.